Francisco Cerúndolo was born on August 13, 1998, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, a city known for its deep tennis roots. Raised in a family with a strong sporting background, Cerúndolo's passion for tennis emerged early on. His father, José Cerúndolo, was an amateur tennis player who instilled a love for the game in Francisco and his brothers. This early exposure to tennis laid the foundation for what would become a successful career in the sport. From a young age, Francisco showed exceptional potential in tennis. His natural athleticism and strong competitive spirit made him stand out in junior tournaments in Argentina. Like many young players in South America, Francisco grew up in a culture that idolized players like Juan Martín del Potro and David Nalbandian, both of whom shaped the future of Argentine tennis. His admiration for these icons only deepened his commitment to the sport, pushing him to train harder and focus on developing his skills. Cerúndolo's training began at a local club in Buenos Aires, where he quickly rose through the junior ranks. His early years in tennis were marked by a series of solid performances in national junior competitions, which helped establish him as one of the country's most promising young players. By his teenage years, Cerúndolo was already turning heads in international junior tennis circuits, competing in junior Grand Slams and showcasing his talent on the world stage. Transition to professional tennis. Cerúndolo turned professional in 2016 at the age of 18, entering the ITF Futures circuit to gain experience and build his ranking. Like most aspiring players, he faced the tough reality of competing at lower-tier tournaments, where the road to the ATP Tour can often be long and challenging. However, Francisco's early years on the professional circuit were marked by steady progress, and he began to show his potential in futures and challenger events. While his transition from junior to senior tennis was not without its difficulties, Cerúndolo quickly found his rhythm. He displayed a powerful baseline game, with heavy forehands and a strong serve, which allowed him to compete with seasoned players. His ability to remain composed in tough matches and his aggressive style of play made him an exciting player to watch. During the early stages of his career, Cerúndolo worked on refining his game, particularly focusing on his movement and consistency, which would later prove to be vital to his success. Career peak, breakthrough moments. The turning point in Francisco Cerúndolo's career came in 2021, when he enjoyed a breakout season that thrust him into the international spotlight. Prior to this, Cerúndolo had already shown promise, but it was in 2021 that he started to cement his place as one of Argentina's most exciting young talents. In February 2021, Cerúndolo made a significant impact at the Argentina Open, where he reached the quarterfinals in Buenos Aires, defeating some of the top players in the tournament. This marked a key breakthrough in his career, as he began to make a name for himself on the ATP Tour. His performance on home soil resonated with fans, and his confident style of play demonstrated his readiness to compete at the highest levels of the sport. Later that year, Cerúndolo made his debut at the French Open, marking his first appearance in a Grand Slam main draw. While he did not advance far in the tournament, his participation in a major event demonstrated his rising status as a top player on the ATP circuit. It was clear that Cerúndolo had the potential to compete with the best, and his performance at the French Open gave him valuable experience in the Grand Slam environment. Francisco's career truly soared in 2021, with the Argentine capturing his first ATP Challenger title at the Concepción Challenger in Chile. This victory was a pivotal moment in his career, as it allowed him to enter the ATP Top 100 for the first time. By the end of 2021, Cerúndolo had established himself as a consistent force on the ATP Challenger Tour, winning additional titles and producing strong results. His ability to remain focused and deliver high-level tennis under pressure earned him respect among his peers and marked the beginning of his peak years.
Main achievements. As of 2022, Francisco Cerúndolo continued to build on his early success, notching impressive results across a range of tournaments. Some of his most notable achievements include ATP Tour success. Cerúndolo's performance in 2021 and 2022 placed him among the most promising young players on the ATP Tour. His breakthrough year saw him not only capture his first ATP Challenger title but also climb into the ATP Top 50, where he continued to improve and cement his place among the sport's elite.
Grand Slam appearances. Cerúndolo's Grand Slam breakthrough came at the 2022 French Open, where he reached the third round of the men's singles draw. This marked a major milestone in his career, as he started to prove himself capable of competing in the latter stages of major tournaments. ATP 500 and 1000 results. Cerúndolo continued to impress at ATP 500 and ATP 1000 events. At the 2022 Miami Open, Cerúndolo achieved a career-high fourth-round result, further strengthening his reputation as a rising star. Additionally, his performances in Masters 1000 events allowed him to consistently challenge top-tier opponents and gain more valuable ranking points. 2022 Davis Cup representation. As part of his journey with the Argentina Davis Cup team, Cerúndolo also contributed significantly to his country's efforts on the international stage. His inclusion in the Davis Cup squad reflected his growing stature in Argentine tennis and his importance to the team's future success. One of Cerúndolo's key strengths is his ability to dominate on clay courts, an essential attribute for any Argentine player. His heavy topspin ground strokes, ability to construct points, and adaptability to slow court surfaces have made him a formidable presence during the clay court season. This has earned him recognition as one of the most talented young clay court players on the ATP circuit. Challenges and setbacks. Despite his rapid rise, Cerúndolo has faced his share of setbacks. Injuries have occasionally hindered his progress, forcing him to miss key tournaments and interrupting his momentum. However, the Argentine's resilience has allowed him to overcome these challenges, and he has continually shown his determination to push through adversity. The transition to the ATP Tour is never easy, and for a player like Cerúndolo, competing against the best in the world, including tennis legends such as Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer, has presented its challenges. Yet, he has remained undeterred, using these experiences as learning opportunities to refine his game and improve his mental toughness. Final years and future prospects. As of 2023, Francisco Cerúndolo has firmly established himself as one of the top players on the ATP circuit. At just 24 years old, he continues to improve with each season, focusing on developing more consistency and improving his results in major tournaments. With his aggressive baseline game, mental toughness, and work ethic, Cerúndolo has the potential to reach even greater heights in his career. Looking forward, Cerúndolo's future in tennis is bright. His rise through the ranks and consistent performances on the ATP Tour have solidified him as one of the sport's emerging talents. With a focus on continuing to improve his game, particularly on hard courts, his sights are set on breaking into the ATP Top 20 and making deep runs at Grand Slam events. As a product of Argentina's rich tennis heritage, Cerúndolo is poised to carry the torch for the next generation of Argentine tennis stars. Having already proven himself as a contender on the ATP Tour, Francisco Cerúndolo's career trajectory is upward. His potential to win ATP titles, compete at the highest level, and represent Argentina on the global stage is undeniable. With time, hard work, and perseverance, Cerúndolo's best years are likely still ahead of him. And fans around the world can expect to see him achieve even greater success in the coming years.